Greetings and salutations, Internet. I am your humble host, attackslug. Welcome back to Divinity Original Sin on the PC. Part of that hype train heading towards Baldur's Gate 3, hopefully still happening in August. Let's continue where we left off. The following game is provided by GOG.com, your home for DRM-free video games, link in the description. And the problem with filming once a week is I kind of have forgotten where we left off. So let's head towards one of these missions on this map somewhere. Let's head towards Esmeralda, or the captain, or the headquarters. People are talking, I don't care. Let's go. Chicken chaser. Alright, it's not Fable, but you know, is what it is, man. Chicken. Good. Does it have a leader in sight? Level 1. What is going on with this chicken? Okay, so let's go find at least one of these objectives and have some discussions as far as what is going on. So the shop, from panties to potions. I'll take some potions, please. What's going on here, Septimus?
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach.
That was me.
Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. But my duties lie here.
Duty.
Sworn as I am to protect Lady Esmeralda from the rabble that would enforce summary justice on her, even though she is, until proven guilty, wholly innocent.
And you are?
I am Septimus, 7th son in a household of 9, legionnaires all. Me and 2 brothers of mine were assigned to Sicile from day 1. Alas, both of them have long since fallen in battle against the dead. But never shall I lose heart. Long as a single legionnaire stands, all of us remain undefeated in the eyes of the god.
Well, I certainly hope those 2 who were murdered were not the ones that I murdered in the last episode. I'm just, you know...
So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon, my friend.
Is this her
and
right
I
here?
have traveled more extensively than migratory birds do. She stands accused of murder.
Murder?
But in my mind, her presumed guilt is a fallacy, and indeed a fabrication.
Do go on.
Steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless absolute proof of her culpability should be brought before me. And I hold no such proof exists.
A likely story. What about Jake's death?
Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicile. The Council of 7 couldn't have wished for a better ambassador. That he of all people should have braved the undead siege for so long, only to be felled by foul sorcery, is heartrending.
Sorcery? Got some questions.
And what questions are those?
The undead.
I can tell you one thing about the undead, and that is to stay the hell away from them. I've seen too many men and women put on a brave face and vow to undo Death's scourge, only to be struck down and have their innards eaten out of them, while their hearts still thumped madly away.
Zombies.
This place is practically a
tomb.
And these Sicilians are constantly crying for our attention. There's a zombie in my garden. An orc ate my baby. my sheep is gone. Oh, woe is me. It never ends. I'll be grateful when our reinforcements finally arrive. Maybe they'll manage to muster the will to care.
I'll take my leave, and my goal here was not even to talk to you, so let's go talk to the fine lady Esmeralda here.
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband.
I mean...
How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter?
Who are you?
I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married. He so rich and I so poor. But his one and only princess just the same.
So he was your sugar daddy type situation?
Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried, but everyone suspects me of this evil deed. And you're no different, are you?
I mean, if he was rich and you were poor, and you stand to gain from his death, then maybe.
So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them?
I mean...
These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches.
Tell me more about this place.
Well, what do you want to know?
About the undead.
They're nightmare incarnate, aren't they? Let a priest explain that to me. How we all supposedly become the gods' children in death, when in fact foul magic can bring us back and make us haunt our own kin in endless, mindless deviance.
Necromancers.
Before this war left us hanging like the condemned from a tree,
Yikes.
this was the greatest city in Andervale. My own grandfather made his fortune here. Started as a poor fisherman with nothing but a few trout to his name, and grew his meagre trade into a business employing a fair piece of the local population. Of course, the company had to be liquidated as the population shrunk, and now his legacy is no more than the pole and rags he started out with.
Okay. She seems quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
Alright, so now we're a investigator, private eye, if you will. So, wait, what? Was she back there flirting with Septimus here?
I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, Esmeralda, dearest.
Hmm.
I'm just doing my duty for the Legion.
Well, you certainly are my hero. The rock upon which I may rest my weary soul in these trying and troubled times.
Never fear, my lady. As long as I'm around, no hair on your haloed head shall be harmed.
Rest your weary soul, and what else? All I'm trying to say. Okay, so we've done that thing. We need to still go to the crime scene and hit up the captain and the Legion headquarters. That seems closer than heading all the way back here to the crime scene, so let's try that. I have my doubts we'll see any combat in this episode, but you never know. Things could go awry at any given time. I want to know what this is. The leader in sight, ally has leadership. I honestly, again, as someone who has not played these kinds of games and has not played any D&D and has kind of a, you know, vague notion of what it is and what it does, a lot of things I don't know. And that's why I'm happy to learn and hype for more between this game and its sequel and the eventual Baldur's Gate 3. Very, very exciting for me as someone who is not really that entrenched in the CRPG scene. It seems really cool, and I'm all about it. So, okay, I'm here, they're here. I have to keep going this way. Don't get distracted. A lot of NPCs here to talk to potentially, but let us keep on keeping on to our goal. So the goal is in sight, maybe. I guess the door.
To leave the city is to venture into
Oh.
danger.
No, we're not gonna leave.
Careful, Sauce Hunter.
Yeah, no. I'm sure we'll get there eventually, but I'm trying to get into this building right now. So, never mind.
So you've half a brain behind that feral wall, have you? The cretin's question crossed her lips and aped an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various. You'll only encourage it.
I mean, this seems like a job for me. So, let's get distracted here, I suppose.
Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
Easy, Tull. That's the Source Hunter you're talking to.
A curious situation you've got here. Is this woman in the cage under arrest?
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal.
That seems not cool.
We got reports of a strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls.
I mean, food is food, right?
I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
I mean, that seems uncool also.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
And what will become this admittedly strange
Sorry, sir.
stranger?
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her into the wilds again, can we?
I mean, you could. Alright, perhaps it's worth taking a stranger under our wing. We're here to hunt source, not play babysitter. Look, it's a role-playing game, right? So, you want more people in your party, right? So, let me do it.
After all, a fearless hunter might prove quite useful for our investigation.
Yeah.
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
There we go. Create groups in your party and drag portraits. So we have now found...
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when she's got that bow within arm's reach.
It'll be fine. Welcome to the party, pal.
Source Hunter, I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by our kind.
Wait, your hour? Are you not human?
In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom. There is little in our world more variable than the minds of men. It is a source of great beauty and much despair, and all of it uniquely human. Yes, as you've noticed, we are quite an unpredictable species. As likely to kill as to heal, it's best to be wary of those. Let's go to the first one here.
It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you standing beside me. Even if one burns hot while the other wheezes cold.
What does that mean?
Perhaps in time I will come to know my own kind as you have. And perhaps then I will decide for myself whether ours is a noble kind.
Cool. I mean, hey. More people in the party. What are her skills? What do we got here? She can treat poisoning. She has ranged. Alright, now we have a ranged person in the party. Bow and arrow. Hell yes. Digging it. Okay. The party of slug continues. Let's get into this building here and find out what's going on here with the headquarters. We've got two things to discuss here. We've got the captain and we got Arhu's study. Let's talk to El Capitan. Hey, buddy. What's cracking? No, talk to me.
What have we here, then? The so-called source hunter.
So-called?
Eh? Well, look. Do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs. You hear?
Let's discuss Jake's murder.
Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother, but he just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot.
Boop.
Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Bloop. Understand? I am in command of this town, not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary.
I mean...
The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you!
I mean, I want to know about Esmeralda.
Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say? Or do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps?
Perhaps.
That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past.
Hey, now.
What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone?
Well...
Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition.
Again, there was that time where I killed those two guys that were part of the Legion because they were drunk, but besides that, it's been on the up and up, right? Right. Okay, Arhu's study. We got stuff. Is there someone? Oh, there we go. What up, man? What's good, Catman?
Help you, my friend.
Let's talk about Source Hunter business.
By all means.
Let's discuss Jake's murder.
Of course. I hope your investigation fares well.
What happened on the night of the murder?
I can but piece together what few morsels fell from the grapevine into a rather disappointing meal, I'm afraid.
So you heard it through the grapevine. Got it.
They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she was soon joined by a man who had been nursing the same cup of wine for hours. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, a terrible commotion erupted and the thundering light of magic was witnessed by the few remaining patrons.
Hey man, magic.
It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room. When finally he did, he found Jake there, dead. How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. The traces of magic I felt were vile. Source, no doubt.
Who, in your opinion, are the suspects?
I myself have none. Even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted Jake's wife, Esmeralda. Now, it may well be established that she is, in fact, the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just say that if I really thought this murder case would be so very easily resolved, I wouldn't have sent for source hunters.
Is there more you can say about the strangers that seem to be in league with the orcs?
I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry.
Because you're a cat. We get it. Okay, goodbye. Also, look at these books. Like, bro, your books are swaying in the wind. Maybe, like, don't stack them so high? That seems incredibly unsafe. I'm just saying. Also, cobwebs. Clean your freaking room, man. Okay, back downstairs. And now, we head to yonder crime scene. Back into the daylight. That's a great light effect there. I enjoy that. This dude, the drill sergeant, we're not going to talk to him. Screw that. Hut. Let's go to, which is like not even close to here. It's way over here, but that's where we got to go, man. It's a crime scene. Is that a treasure map? What? Buddy, what is this? Lady Selenia.
Source Hunter. A sight for sore eyes, if ever there was one. I know you're probably knee-deep in that awful murder investigation.
Yep.
But truth be told, the Legion could use your help as well.
What do you got?
We've been conducting a series of expeditions into undead territory, and I'm afraid I must admit they've met with very little success.
With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
Lieutenant Selenia, at your service. I'm Captain Aureus' second in command. But rest assured, I am a lot more kindly inclined towards source hunters than he is.
Yeah, he's kind of a jerk.
Now, I certainly don't mind a bit of healthy competition, and even rivalry between our orders. But I, for one, have no intention of looking a gift horse in the mouth. And that is exactly what your presence in Sicil is, Source Hunter. A gift and a blessing. Only heroes such as yourself can make a true difference in this troubled part of the world. Such is my honest conviction.
Let's discuss the undead.
The undead. I pitied them at first. Many among them were once kind and innocent civilians of Sicil after all. No longer do I feel that way, though. Too many of my soldiers have fallen. The dead must be put down without mercy, if we can.
I mean, but they're undead, so they keep on coming back.
The bravest among my men and women tell me they are weaker in the west and stronger in the east. So I suggest you head westward if you want to flex your muscles and test the waters before blindly diving to your death.
I mean, we'll see. Also, some matters concerning the Legion.
I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you.
There are some sailors looking for work, perhaps to place them in the Legion?
It's very sweet of you. that you are trying to get these men a job.
Aw.
But I'm afraid they're not Legion material.
Well,
Sure, they can tie a knot and blow a whistle like the best of them. But even with a sword in their hands, they wouldn't stand a chance against the undead. And I don't want any more blood on my hands.
let's talk about the expeditions into hostile territory.
If ever we want to be victorious in Sicil, we have to track down the root of the undead uprising. Under the Pact of Volunteers, 3 expeditions were launched to do just that. But so far, none of their participants have returned.
That's a shame.
3 landmarks were chosen for further investigation. The lighthouse, the burial mounds, and the old church. Places fraught with danger all.
So, about the lighthouse.
There's a lighthouse to the west, up on the bluffs, overlooking the sea.
You said west was...
No man has
bad.
gone there in a decade, and yet a light shines from its pinnacle every night.
I want to go to the east, though. You said the west was bad.
The locals say it's haunted, and half a dozen legionnaires have gone to find out whether or not those are mere tall tales. I fear for their safety.
So about the burial mounds?
There are ancient burial grounds to be found north of the city. As good a place as any to start looking for necromancers, wouldn't you say?
Maybe.
A local archaeologist offered to tag along with the men. Here's hoping his knowledge on the subject may prove to be of use to them.
And the old church.
There's a church to the northeast of here, built atop the very place where once stood a temple dedicated to the source. The Sicilians razed it, and built a church for the 7 instead, supposedly to symbolize the victory of the gods over evil sorcery.
Sorcery.
All superstitious mumbo-jumbo, if you ask me. But when the dead rose, that is when they were first spotted. Hence the expedition.
Expedition. A pact with your legionnaires.
So I did. The Pact of Volunteers. Many legionnaires will do whatever it takes to go home, which is why I personally sign their transfer orders the moment they make it back from a mission behind enemy lines. The chances of survival during these sorties are only about 1 in 10, you see.
Yikes.
So my soldiers are free to volunteer, and if they are successful, they just bought themselves a boat ride home.
Alright, thanks. So I'm assuming that means we got some more things to discuss here. And whatever else. So that'll be a fun time, I suppose. Let's go now. Check the map here. So we got Strange Cave, crime scene. Is there a bigger map than this, or is this just like, can I move the map around? Can I can. Alright, there's they didn't really put it on the map there, so again, let's go investigate this crime or anything else. That is our main deal to do. Okay, let's... Oh, I got experience for walking around? Or for finding a... Yeah, alright. I got experience for finding one of these. Cool. That's helpful. That's helpful. Alright, so we got 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here, and 1 here. But right now, heading towards the yonder crime scene. And making a good investigation, if you will. Is it... Where am I here? The bed. Let's go this way here, and... see if we can't track down what we need to track down. Maybe. Perhaps. Well, if you will. Fish vendor. Citizen. Yep. Okay, let's head around to this... How do you get up to where this thing is? I wish I could make the camera rotate, but here we are, so... I don't know how to get into this building! Where's the entrance to this freaking tavern? Where is the front door? Here? I guess here. I'll just click and wait now, because it's going to take me a long time to get around to this freaking building, so... Whatevs. Nice of you to join us.
You there!
Oh.
A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not?
Maybe.
The hero the whole of Sicil is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine.
Uh-huh.
Such a pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
A delight.
What do you want?
No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed.
I don't want to sell knives. And you are?
Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them.
And your opportunity, good sir?
Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
Nope, not at all. Of course I do. I'm here to do my duty, which is probably the same as adventuring.
So you mean to say we do not live a life of adventure? We don't do anything else all day long.
Clearly, two strong personalities stand before me. Two who voice their opinions with vigor when they differ. What else could I expect from mighty source hunters?
I don't like you.
Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
This is all very suspicious. Riches do not interest me, actually.
Really? I wouldn't mind earning an extra penny here and there.
Leona!
Well, don't quarrel about it on my account. Still, if a matter is divisive, it is divisive mainly because it is alluring. And riches are so very alluring.
Just get to the point.
Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that. And at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
Why is there a multi-level marketing pitch in this video game? What is happening? There is no shame in following directives if your masters are worthy of your trust.
You'll always stay menial with that attitude. Just what those trusted masters want.
Again, who's the boss here, Leona? You or me?
You disagree with one another. But that proves you are firm-willed. That you have the minds of independence, not dependence. Admit, life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding. Am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream. Enact the change you deserve.
Are you gonna pitch your pitch or what, bro?
And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab. So that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it.
Fine, what is the Fabulous Five?
Ah, the Fabulous Five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlon. Our mission, to better the world.
Yeah.
Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our souls. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get started?
What the hell do you actually do?
What a gem of a question. Straight as an arrow, sharp as a switchblade. Most meritorious of you.
He has no idea.
Now then, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver, and so it all begins. I shall be the one to give you your first contracts, and once the job is done, I shall see to it you get your fair share of the reward.
I'm already a source hunter. Like, I don't need to be a knight.
Of course. Should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five, and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a share of the reward from their contracts too. Isn't that wonderful?
That's literally a pyramid scheme.
By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship? I mean family. For like a family, we support one another, cheer one another, see each other through thick and thin, partake in glory and defeat. Work hard, fulfill contracts, enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. You will better yourself. You will better Rivellon. You will make the stars shine all the brighter, and you'll get fabulously wealthy in the process. What's not to like?
Bye. Screw that, man. I am not joining your goddamn scheme. I am here to investigate. That was a waste of my time, sir. Good sir. Alright, the Duke. What up, Duke? What the hell was that? What happened? What? I hit the wrong button here. What happened? Oh my god, are you serious? It just wiped whatever I did there completely because I accidentally hit F8 on my keyboard. I didn't mean to hit F8 because... Man! Is there an autosave I can load? Hold on. Can I load a quick save? Quick save, autosave, quick save, autosave. Oh my god, it did not... That was... I guess we're done for today. I gotta do that all again to get back to where I was and talk to the Duke and go through all that Man! Okay. We're done. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos. See you next time. And I'm out.